What are some tips for a burnt-out student?
When you find that you don't have any motivation to do your work, so you lay in bed doing nothing and stressing about all the work you should be doing, make yourself do something small and arguably productive. Take the trash out, clean a couple of dishes. Make a nice meal. Fix something that's been bugging you. Clear out old emails from your inbox. Literally anything that is productive. You'll find that the work wasn't that bad, and you'll see the positive impact of the work. Continue with larger tasks until you feel ready to tackle your schoolwork. Source: person with chronic depression and anxiety. This has gotten me through grad school in the last year. Edit. A couple of notes. I'm glad someone referred me to the crisis hotline services, and I am very glad that exists. I want to stress that I have been to therapy and have a lot of coping strategies and treatment, and overall I am doing fine. Sometimes I have some tough stretches, and this is one of the many things that has helped in the past and continues to help me when I am stressed. Also, I did not intend for my advice to contradict advice such as give yourself a day off. That can work well for a lot of people and even in certain situations. Because of my anxiety disorder and depression, if I am anxious because of the amount of work I have to do, then taking a day off can make it worse. In that situation, I'll spend my day off miserable because in the back of my mind my anxiety is spiraling out of control because now I have even less time to get that done. If my anxiety is about something beyond my control, pandemic, political issues, then taking a day for myself to relax can be very helpful. Also, I take no credit for this advice. I first heard it from a therapist in training at my grad school's free counseling service. Side note, students, look into this. It's common to get one free session a week through the university. It's a well-known coping mechanism for people who get stuck in depression/anxiety spirals. Also, since people have asked in PMs, other things that have helped me. Disclaimer, I am not a trained medical professional. I am repeating advice that was given to me by one and I have found helpful. YMMV if possible, go to a therapist. Exercise. When I exercise regularly, I don't have my low days. When I don't, they become more common. Diet. This sounds like hippie beep and I didn't believe it at first, but it's honestly had the most impact for me. At the time, like most students are like beep, a lot of processed foods, almost no vegetables, a lot of grease. I eat a much more plant-based diet, whole grain granola for breakfast, green smoothies for lunch, a largely plant-based fresh made meal for dinner. Does this rewire my brain? Do I feel better in general? Yes. And that makes it easier. When depression and anxiety make me feel like beep, I don't need the 2 Baconators and fries I ate the night before piling on. Meditation. Again, sounds like hippie beep. There is a technique called noting that I learned from Headspace's anxiety pack that I am sure is taught for free on YouTube somewhere. Again, this does not make my anxiety go away, but it makes me more aware of when it is happening and has changed my relationship with my anxiety to help me overcome it.
Sleep, drink water. No caffeine, no alcohol. Sleep and drink water.
You have to take some time away from the work to sharpen the axe every now and then.
I feel very qualified to answer this. I have been in college continuously since I was 18, and I'm now 32. I have 2 years to go before finishing my doctorate. I currently have an associate's, bachelor's, and master's. I have also worked the entire time. Burnt out doesn't begin to cover it. Here is how I stay sane. Give school as little bandwidth in your life as possible. Good enough are the 2 most beautiful words in the English language. Get B's on things. Write your assignments and due dates on a master calendar. Block off times to get them done. And try to avoid thoughts of school outside of those blocks. To increase productivity during your work blocks, use Freedom or something similar. I paid for a lifetime subscription and in one class alone it paid for itself. It just blocks access to your distractions on the phone and computer while you get stuff done. Tackle other hobbies in life that you see progress in outside of school. Even if it feels like school will never ever end and you're on a treadmill of misery going nowhere, you can go somewhere in other areas of your life. I'm currently training for a marathon, just started learning cello. I mentor first-gen college students, and I'm in a book club. Pick your poison, but try to put away the laptop and push yourself in a non-academic area. Your social needs may vary, but try getting together with other people not in your circle of school misery. Join a sports league, yuck for me but maybe not for you. I host regular dinner parties. Volunteer. Now that vaccines are out, make sure you get one, then connect with other people. Do not take a break. When you stop school even for a semester, you know what it's like to be happy and not have the weight of misery pulling you down. You won't want to go back. Slog through and just do it. Don't reward yourself with damaging things. Don't eat or drink your rewards for school, or you will be unhealthy and unhappy when you're done. Reward yourself with something positive instead. If I had to recommend one book, it would be Burnout. The Secret to Unlocking the Stress. Basically, it goes into the science of feeling burned out, why it's bad for you, and how to fix it on a physiological level. If you don't want to read the whole thing, if I could distill the most useful information, it would be exercise. The author digs deep into the science, which I love, behind why it works so damn good. But if you hate science and reading, trust me. Go for a run a few times a week, lift weights, dance a lot, just get your heart rate up. Good luck. School sucks.
Take a day to do nothing. And by nothing I mean stay the whole day in bed, watch a TV show, eat some popcorn and order in. It works for me. Forcing myself to stay in bed the whole day presses the invisible reset button.
Don't listen to your fellow classmates who boast about study 60+ hours a week. They're either exaggerating, straight up lying, or have an incredibly inefficient study method. There will be times where you really need to be studying hard for extended amounts of time, finals week, but for the vast majority of the semester it is completely unnecessary to do that in order to get a good grade. If you do find that you need excessive study in order to do okay in a course, then you need to reach out to your tuition professor. Most universities have free tutoring services, use them. Seriously, just take more breaks and get more sleep. I didn't pull a single all-nighter in my 4 years of undergrad, and now that I'm in med school I don't have any need for that either. Without real breaks and sleep, your brain's ability to actually store and organize all the information you've studied goes out the window. This is harder to do if you need to work to support yourself, but you need to find some semblance of healthy sleeping habits if you want to be able to make it through all 4 years. Eat real food. Don't just live off of snack foods and coffee. Your brain isn't going to work properly if you don't fuel it. It's generally cheaper to buy canned and frozen fruit and veg, so if you're on a budget, try those aisles. Additionally, most places have some sort of charity or community pantry, soup kitchen. Use it if you need to. You don't need to be completely destitute in order to reach out for help from these places. If you are struggling to make ends meet, get help from your community. It is not weak, it is not shameful, it's being smart enough to accept that everyone needs help now and then. I mean it. Don't pay attention to classmates and social media influencers who say they spend all their time studying. They almost definitely aren't, and if they are, they have an unsustainable view towards work, school that will bite them in the butt later on.
Make the switch to double-ply toilet paper. Just do it now. Even if you don't feel like you need it, you do. Your house guests will be irritated if you have single-ply, and if they don't overtly comment on it, they'll certainly be thinking about it and they might talk beep about it later. No idea about the burnout part though. Best of luck with that.
Don't listen to blokes that only say, work harder, in response to burnout.
TLDR, this thread is filled with people who apparently don't get school work and have the time to do this beep.
Take a break, put on some music, and close your eyes. Alone in a room.
May your day be filled with joy and happiness. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more quality content every day.